I'm Chris Charman. I'm from Mercer. We're one of the UK's leading HR consultancy firms. You probably know us more for pensions, but we get involved in a whole lot of people things too. I think there are kind of three things that are kind of key. Reflecting what the data is telling us, that closing the gender pay gap is as much about diversity and inclusion generally as it is about women solely, and particularly highlighting the point that actually there's a lack of diversity amongst lower paid roles, that actually that's predominantly female, and actually if we had more diversity there, that would be a major driver. But I think picking up on the themes that have been kind of come through from a number of other speakers, for organisations to really think about this as how they create a thriving organisation by being really clear about roles and expectations as the framework, often sitting within job families, that people can start to take better decisions tomorrow. And that's at the heart of creating great value for organisations, and diversity is going to be an output from that. I think there's never been a time where organisations have had to adapt as quickly to commercial realities and the uncertainty which we're hearing from other speakers as there is today. Currently, I think most higher education institutions are not well placed to understand strategically how people contribute through roles, the type of work that is needed to be done, and how they can start to take adjustments to deliver their mission more effectively. So without that kind of landscape, it's going to be a very difficult thing for organisations to do, and they really need to perform as best as they possibly can, and I think there's a real role for HR professionals to be able to support that in universities. In terms of future challenges, I'd rather unfashionably, I think I'd like to say that actually a lot of the challenges we face now are the ones that are going to be really critical for the future, which is the ability of organisations in the HE sector to adapt to change. And leadership is going to be absolutely kind of critical about that. And it was interesting in talking to colleagues at the conference about how they were frustrated that some of the interventions that they were able to do were falling on deaf ears, and that actually a lot of leaders haven't really kind of grasped about that you can be more commercial, you can be more operationally focused and driven on business results, if you will, but also be fair, also be inclusive, also think about it from a people dimension. So I think there's that maturity aspect, I think, is a kind of a key one that I would see for HE leaders.